Hey there, just a quick reminder, we have a mentorship program if you're looking for personalized coaching and mentorship to help guide you to the next level of your interior design business, whatever that might look like for you, whether it's processes and procedures or what services to offer to how to incorporate wellness, intention, or spirituality into your projects. Come join us over at designcoven.com/join. Or if you're just in search to connect with other like-minded interior designers, you can join our free community, also located at designcoven.com/join. You're listening to the Holistic Interior Design Business Podcast. This is a podcast that guides you as a new or inspiring independent interior designer navigating your entrepreneurial path. Here, with my over 20 years experience, I will share my holistic approach to design with intention and ancient practices, including Feng Shui, all incorporating mind, body, and spirit into my design projects. You will also learn from seasoned interior designers as they give strategies and insight of how they built their businesses and continue to work in the field. Together, we will discover supportive trade partners, new ideas, creatives, and inspiring artists from around the world. I am your host, Rachel Lorraine Crawford. Hello, and welcome to episode 135 of the Holistic Interior Design Business Podcast. Today, we are talking all about the 5 mistakes that new interior designers make and how to avoid them. Before we do that, I am going to go ahead and open up our space by lighting a candle and pulling a card. Just being really intentional about today's meeting, as always, connecting here with this element of fire. And I'm going to pull a tarot card today just to see what information, knowledge we might need to know going into our episode today. Ooh, got the Page of Cups. This is so perfect for our topic today. Page of Cups is all about being at the right place at the right time, being very optimistic, being in flow, connection with others, which is what we're talking about today with networking. So I had put out a post last week asking what you wanted to hear about, learn about, what topics you were interested in as an interior designer. And I received feedback on networking. So this question comes from a new interior design firm looking to network for the first time. So I created this podcast for you around that topic. And we all know that networking is a game changer in our industry. It's all about relationships and meeting people and connecting with people so that they know who you are, they know your business, and you're top of mind. But what we don't think about are maybe the mistakes that one might be making right off the bat, just because we're new, a new designer looking to connect with others. The first mistake that I would say new designers make is being too transactional, meaning that we understand that you are networking to gain information from others. But remember that networking is a two-way street. It's about giving information as well, giving content, giving value to others. It's not just about collecting business cards and talking about yourself, right? It's about making relationships, and relationships is a huge value of mine in all my businesses. It's the foundation. Networking for me has been a huge component of being successful, and relationships begin with networking. So when I say being too transactional, it's just going into a meeting and just talking about yourself or what your business is versus giving value to others. So nobody wants to be sold to. So definitely coming into a networking event, wanting to just connect with people, not necessarily getting anything out of it. It's all about making those connections and relationships. And those are things that you're going to build. So make sure that you're going in with intention of connection versus selling your services. Mistake number 2 is staying within your comfort zone as far as networking goes. And what I'm saying about that is don't be so tunnel vision into just networking and interior design events, but also look at maybe real estate events, look at events with architects, people that are in the same sort of field that are in parallel lanes as you with the same client in mind. I also would invite you to go to art events, go to events that your clients might be at. I love going to magazine parties, art gallery openings, anything, anywhere where I know that I'll be meeting with people, other professionals that might be in similar fields, along with potential clients. And one other thing I wanted to let you guys know, that you don't have to be a member of a lot of these events to go to their events. You just have to pay a fee to go, and it's so worth it. So for example, the San Diego Architecture Foundation here in San Diego, membership is actually free, and you can be a member. You don't have to be an architect to go. So you can join the free membership. I pay for the membership because I want to get into all the VIP events. I want to be invited to the more exclusive events, and that for me is worth it. And same thing with ASID. You don't have to be a member of ASID to join an ASID event. So you could just purchase a one-off ticket and go. And of course, you'll be surrounded by so many other designers and industry professionals and partners in the industry. So remember that. The other thing too is check out like meetups online, seeing what other meetups, maybe even just for other business owners. You don't have to go to just interior design meetings. And then the last thing is, if you are in San Diego, you are so more than welcome to join me at these events. I am usually at all of them. So you don't have to be alone. You'll have me there with you to network. Mistake number 3 is neglecting the power of online networking. Now, of course, we know that LinkedIn is available to you, Instagram, Pinterest, all of those things. Use those platforms as places of connection and building relationships. Again, building relationships, offering value to others. Don't just post when you have something that you want others to buy into. So don't just post about your services or post about the events that you're doing to get people to pay to come. Be social on those networks and share content and share value to those people. Again, you're building relationships. And then we've got pitfall number 4 is not having an elevator pitch. So you definitely want to hone this in so that when you are at a networking event and somebody asks you, what do you do? What is your business? It just rolls off your tongue. It's super easy. It's really clear. It's concise, and it gets to the point. And then that opens up conversation for others to kind of ask more questions. You want it to be very intriguing. You don't want it to go on and on and on and be kind of muddled. So really practice your elevator pitch. If you don't know where to start, definitely start with your mission. Start with your why for inspiration. That will kind of guide you into creating a beautiful elevator pitch. And then mistake number 5 is not following up. So this is probably one of the most important parts of the networking event, is the follow-up. So when you're communicating and talking with somebody, you're offering value, find a connection somehow. It doesn't have to be a direct industry connection. It could be about an interest that you both had, and following up with them, letting them know that it was a pleasure connecting with them. Here's that resource I was telling you about. Here's that restaurant I was talking about. Follow up with value to that person that you just connected with. Super important. And that's it. So those are the 5 top mistakes or pitfalls that I would say new interior designers make going into networking events right off the bat. So the first one was being too transactional. So make sure that you're going in with the intention of making a connection and then starting a relationship. You don't want to think of it as dating. You're not going to ask somebody to sleep with you that first night. Hopefully you won't. Mistake number 2 was staying within your comfort zone. So going outside your comfort zone, connecting with other professionals, entrepreneurs, joining meetups that you might not be a member of, and just start thinking of other places and being really creative as far as what other industry professionals might be part of or potential clients. Mistake number 3 is neglecting the power of online networking. So online social media, you are being social, you're connecting with others, you're offering value. Mistake number 4 is not having your elevator pitch. Dial that in, hone it in, create it, practice, practice, practice. And then the last mistake, of course, is not following up. So make sure that you're always following up with all the people that you connected with that day by offering them value and content. And I think that's it for now. We do have an ASID meeting in San Diego. It is a live audience recording, and we are talking all about getting published. So I've got a publisher, a photographer, and a PR person that is going to be part of our event. It's on November 15th if you're here in San Diego, 5:30 in Encinitas, and you will be able to partake in the episode live. If you have any questions, you'll be able to ask those of our panelists, and it will be super exciting, super fun, and also a great opportunity to connect, network, build relationships with people in your industry. So if you're in San Diego, I hope to see you there. And if you have any other topics that you want me to cover or guests that you want to hear from, please let me know. I am here to offer this information to you, and I'm excited to have you at our next event. All right, bye for now. Happy designing. We'll see you soon. You've been listening to the Holistic Interior Design Business podcast. If it's one that you have been enjoying, please share with anyone else that you think can benefit from this knowledge, and leave us a 5-star review that helps us get seen and found by other new and aspiring interior designers. And if you're looking for mentorship, I invite you to join our club here at the Design Coven. It's a bridge between school and real life interior design. We get in much deeper there. We have virtual and in-person events, so everyone is welcome. You don't need to have a design degree to be part of it, just an interest in holistic interior design. I also want to thank our editor, Marcy Ferry, and lastly, Kinseth Thibodeau, who is our music composer. Until next time, be well, and we will see each other soon.